Welcome to this short tutorial on the basic tools of the GNU Image Manipulation Program, or GIMP for short. GIMP is an amazing piece of software. It's absolutely free. You can download it. You can even download the program code and edit it to do different things if you have the skill and you really want to. GIMP you get for free at this site here, www.gimp.org. So, when you first launch GIMP, it will look like this. Now, a lot of people on Windows find this a little bit difficult to work with. So you can come up to the window module here and switch into window mode. This means that these toolbars at the side all come into the main window. I recommend that everybody do that. So here we have GIMP. So you'll notice that when it loads, there's no image file here. So the first thing we need to do is open up a new image file. So we can open one, or we can create a new image file, just like this. And we can set the height and the width. So I'm going to set it for A4 at 300 pixels per inch, and OK. And you'll see that we get a page. So we can use all sorts of things to draw on this page. We've got lots of tools here. Sorry, I've got a bit of a cough at the moment. So perhaps the most common is the paintbrush. And we can draw a line with the paintbrush like that. And it's just very straightforward to use. If we zoom in, so if I select the magnifying glass here and zoom in, you can see that GIMP has produced a very nice line, but it is a bitmap, so you can see there's some pixelation here. Okay, so I'm going to zoom out. Ooh. I've gone a little bit too far there. There we are. So, what we've got with this is also we've loads of brushes. So I can select different brushes here, and they will draw different types of line. So if I select this brush, for example, I need to be on the brush, where is it? And you can see it draws this sort of pencil-y kind of line. Now, if I zoom out, I can do this using the plus and minus keys as well. I can change the brush in terms of I can make the brush bigger, like this. So now I draw a different kind of line. I can change the angle of the brush for some of the brushes that are angled. So if I find one that looks like this, you can see it draws broadly on the side, but I can change that angle. So I can change like this, and now you can see it draws slightly differently. I can change all sorts of settings, and of course one of them is the colour. So I can change to draw in green and draw over the top like this. Now, one of the most important things that you're going to be doing with GIMP is you're going to be using the selection tools. The selection tools are really important for being precise when you're editing. So I can, for example, draw a square selection like this. While the selection is active, if I use the paintbrush tool, I can't draw outside of the selection, only inside. So it limits what I can do. This is really useful when you're trying to edit things well. There are other selection tools as well. So, for example, you can select an ellipse, or you can select with the lasso. So I can draw a random shape area here, like that. And in fact, if you hold down the control key, you can take away part of that shape. If you hold down the shift key, you can add on to part of that shape. So it's a really, really useful way of getting our selections in there so that we're only editing certain parts. If I use my brush tool again, you can see now I've got it on a solid, and I can just colour that in without fear of affecting any of the rest of it. There's loads of tools over here. The last selection tool we're going to have a look at is the magic select. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to click off and I'm going to use the magic select tool, which is this little magic wand here, and I want to select this exact green area. So I click and it selects it. Very, very simple. Very simple. So the basic tools of GIMP are really easy to use, and you can start making images right away. If we want to get onto doing more advanced editing, particularly things like photo editing, then we're going to have to start to use layers, and that is going to be the topic of our next video.